Have you ever come across something suspicious online and wondered, is this legit? Hi everyone, it's me Pride and welcome back to the final episode of Season 3 of Is This Legit? A series brought to you by MediaWise and PBS Student Reporting Labs, where we fact check viral misinformation online and teach you how to do it too. Maybe you're a regular to our fact checking series on YouTube and have seen our TikToks. And maybe you've gotten into the habit of using some of the media literacy tips that we share. Or maybe it's your first time here. Welcome if it is. This season finale will highlight some of the skills we've taught over the year and give you some activities to practice what you've learned. Let's get started. Misinformation is all over social media, and it's our job to sort fact from fiction to put a stop to it. The first thing you should do when you come across a suspicious meme or video is to check your emotions. Do you feel anger, fear, disappointment, sadness, or anxiety? You might be looking at misinformation. Posts that trigger your emotions are designed to get you to share them. So pause, take a deep breath, and do some fact checking first. Watch how one of our fact checkers, Sahil, debunked this claim about fentanyl and Halloween candy.
You might be seeing social media posts like these about the dangers of brightly colored pills, sometimes called rainbow fentanyl. But are drug dealers really targeting kids on Halloween? If something seems really scary, it might not be entirely true. Let's take a look at the bigger picture and figure this out together. I did a Google keyword search and found this article, which quotes university professor Joel Best, probably the nation's top expert on Halloween candy incidents. His data dates back to 1958, and what he says might surprise you. I cannot find a single case of a child killed or seriously injured by a contaminated treat picked up in the course of trick-or-treating. This story originated with an August press release from the DEA. The headline said, DEA warns of brightly colored fentanyl used to target young Americans, which freaked out a lot of parents. But a more recent DEA statement clarifies the original warning, saying that while fentanyl is an extremely dangerous drug, the DEA does not believe children are at risk of being given fentanyl when they go trick-or-treating this year.
Next, when researching a claim, these 3 questions are a great starting place. 1. Who is behind the information? 2. What is the evidence? And 3. What do other sources say? Teen fact checker Clara used these questions to check out this tweet that said that young boys always wore dresses back in the day. Let's watch how she figured out who was behind the information.
One Twitter user replied to a rant about Target's boys' clothing section,
destroying masculinity,
with this image of FDR wearing a dress. First, I tried to figure out who the person behind the post is. According to his profile, he's a professional menswear writer with a large following and a personal online blog. But you should never just take someone's word for it. Do some lateral reading, open a new tab, and see what other sources say about him. This GQ doesn't expand too much, but confirms his name and bio. Then, I wanted to confirm that the photo he posted was legit, so I did a reverse image search. And yes, this is a photo of the former president. The search also led me to this article from Smithsonian, which explains that for centuries leading up to the late 1800s, boys often wore dresses until the age of 6 or 7.
Go directly to the primary or original source mentioned in a post or article to answer what's the evidence. This is called reading upstream. Click any hyperlinks in an article and follow it. Upstream. When you're there, see if the context matches what the video or post claims. This is also helpful when using Wikipedia. Teen fact checker Catherine went to a primary source to debunk a claim that a deadly fungus is taking over America.
Does this TikTok about a deadly fungus taking over America really mean we're headed for the in-real-life version of Last of Us? Let's find out if we really need Pedro Pascal to rescue us. The clip, which says that half the country has seen cases of drug-resistant fungal infections, is playing over some pretty creepy music. It looks like it's from an NBC News story, but cuts off. That got me a little suspicious.
So I did a little advanced searching. I used the keywords deadly fungus in site-:nbcnews.com. That means I only got results from NBC News about this fungus.
When I found the original video, I watched the whole thing, and good news, we don't need Pedro Pascal to save us from the end of the world. The full video shows that a doctor goes on to say that this fungal disease is not the Last of Us type of apocalypse. And if you read upstream right to the CDC stats, you can see that yes, half the states have cases of the fungus, but overall, there were fewer than 6,000 cases recorded last year.
Now for the third question. What do other sources say? Teen fact checker Bella asks this question and uses something called lateral reading to investigate the persistent claim that the Denver airport has an underground bunker to house elites during the apocalypse. A persistent conspiracy theory that just won't go away. Lateral reading is when you leave the site where you found a claim, do a keyword search for the person or claim that you're fact checking, and then open a new tab in your browser for each link that you click on. Click through the tabs and read across the pages laterally. Let's see how Bella uses this skill.
This TikToker has bought into all of these stories and shared them online. The TikToker says that this bunker is bigger than Manhattan and will be used as a safe haven for quote-unquote elites during a nuclear war or other crisis. So I did some lateral reading. That's when you get off the platform where you found the post, in this case it's TikTok, do a keyword search and open up multiple tabs to find out what other credible sources are saying. After doing a search for Denver Airport and Secret Bunker, I came across this article from the Denver Post, which explained the theory, the history, and the facts behind all the conspiracy theories surrounding this infamous airport. The article says the conspiracy theories popped up after people got suspicious when the construction of the airport took longer and cost more money than originally estimated. And it also says, yes, there are underground tunnels in the airport. But they're used to move baggage, as well as the airport's underground trains, not to house billionaires, global elites, not even aliens. It's always good to check several sources, so I found this article from Insider, which interviewed airport spokesperson Alex Renteria. Renteria also said the airport has underground tunnels, but there's no big mystery. They're not full of conspiracy, she says. They're full of baggage.
Deepfakes are a new source of misinformation. These are digitally manipulated videos that make it look like someone said or did something that they didn't. Here's how our fact checker Sophia debunks some weird TikToks about Keanu Reeves.
You've probably seen at least one of these videos of Keanu Reeves acting very, well, Keanu on TikTok. So first, let's talk about what a deepfake is. Deepfakes are synthetic media, aka fake content, that are created using artificial intelligence. In deepfake videos, a person's face is swapped with another to make it look like they said or did something they didn't. Here are some specific questions that might help you figure out if the video you're looking at is a deepfake. Look at the person's eyes. Are they blinking or just totally still? Next, is the skin tone blotchy? In deepfake, skin tone and lighting can appear off. Look at the finer details, such as hair. They're difficult to render, so does the hair appear not to move or seem too perfect to be true? Do the teeth look weird or undefined? If the person's wearing glasses or earrings, check the details for minor imperfections. Might tell you there. And finally, look if the video looks out of character. If it's something the person wouldn't do or say, you should be suspicious and try to look it up. These can all be clues to seeing if the video you're looking at is a deepfake. Now to our rating. This TikTok account has fooled many users, but it's not legit and is filled with deepfake videos across the board.
Still images can also be digitally manipulated. Our fact checker Jasi debunked this claim about Beyonce being chased by a camel by doing a reverse image search. That's when you take a screenshot of an image, drop it into a search engine, and find out where else it may have appeared and when. Let's take a look.
Did Beyonce really get chased by a camel after her concert in Dubai? This tweet, posted by a Beyonce fan page on January 30th, says she was. As funny as this may seem, something seems a little off here. The tweet attributes the information to TMZ, but it did not include a link. So the first thing I did was do a keyword search of Beyonce Camel Dubai TMZ. The supposed report was nowhere to be found. So then I decided to try a reverse image search. After using TinEye, you can see that Beyonce was apparently not the first to be chased. Nicki Minaj also allegedly has been a victim of chasing, according to this photo. But when you compare the two photos, they are nearly identical with different hair color. The Nicki Minaj version was from July 1st, 2022. We rate this claim as not legit, seeing as there's no real TMZ article, and the photo has clearly been manipulated to look like a different celebrity before.
We just covered some of the most useful tips for sorting fact from fiction online. But if you'd like to learn more, follow us at @MediaWise on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. Thank you so much for tuning into this wrap-up for Season 3 of Is This Legit? We hope you enjoyed our videos, and we'll see you next time.
Don't compromise, be media